Well, I'm going to make this blog and then I'm going to be kind of dashing off. It takes a while for my computer to upload these. Well, I promise that I'm not going to be making 4 years worth of Obama bashing blogs. But you can't say that 5 times fast. But I'm a little confused by something that's going on right now. I've noticed that Mr. Obama has an approval rating of nearly 68%, which is the highest approval rating in just 1 week of any president since Kennedy. Okay. People were anxious for change. I suppose they approve of the idea that there's change. But for any other reason than that, what could any mortal man do in 7 days that could make his approval rating that high? 52% of the voters voted for him. So that means, depending on who they polled, of course, but in theory, that means that about 16% of the people who didn't vote for him already approve of him. I'm not here to bash the man, okay? It's a fair election and he won. I hope that maybe he can change my mind about him as a president. But in order to change my mind, he would have to change his mind a lot of social issues and other things. I don't see how raising taxes is going to be a solution. I don't see how more government is a solution. Raising taxes to pay salaries for more government, I don't see that as being helpful. Cutting funding for national security to spend more on government, I don't see that as being helpful. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe I'll be wrong. I was wrong once about 1995 or 6, so I'd probably due to be wrong again. Just a little lighthearted remark. I noticed that some people are saying that we're dependent on oil countries that dislike us. That's true. But Bush bashers, please be aware that former President Bush wanted to drill for that oil immediately when he took office, and then after September 11th he tried pushing it even harder. Texas, Gulf of Mexico area, Alaska, several reserves that are untapped. If that had made it through Congress, by now we'd be utilizing some of that. Then we would be less dependent on some countries that hate us. That's just an observation, but that's how it looks to me. As far as what impact it would have on wildlife, no doubt in the beginning it would have a negative effect on it, but nearly a century ago, or over a century ago, people went back in the woods and put train tracks in. The train tracks go through the wilderness pretty much, and the wildlife is still there. I think the same thing would happen with oil drilling. There might be some disruption right away when some lines were put in, but once they were put in and utilized, I don't think there would be a whole lot of effect on that. Anyway, maybe I'll be wrong about Obama, and I don't want my friends who voted for him to be alienated to me because of my opinion, but that's why my opinion is what it is. I don't think in 7 days anyone could possibly have earned an approval rating. You got to wait 6 months at least before you can take any stand on that. Because even if he does something that you think will be a good idea, it takes 6 months for you to know if it worked or not. Maybe longer, but it takes at least 6 months for you to know if it worked. So that's my take on that. And thank you and good night.